All the voices and ground reports here on the Nation at 5. All right, let's tell you more about what's happening on the ground. It's a 3-story temple. Preparations are in full swing. The city is being decked up. Old shops are looking like new ones. There's a new airport which is in line and it's soon to be very functional. You also have people making hotel bookings. The tourism in the city has picked up. How exactly is it that the city of Lord Sri Ram's, the city of Ayodhya, is bracing up for this mega event? Let's have a look at these ground reports that my colleagues get.
Right now we are inside Ram Janmabhoomi Teerth Kshetra premises, and behind me you can see the Ram Mandir is being constructed. The 2-floor work is already over. The ground floor, in ground floor, the final touch is being given. The first floor is almost ready. The second floor construction is going on right now. Perhaps we are speaking at a time where the inauguration, the Pran Pratishthan of Ram Lala is few days away, and this is the reason that at war level the work is being done here inside the premises. So this premises is of 77 acre. The plot behind me is the plot which was contested in the court, for which the fight was going on. This is a 2.77 acre of plot on which this temple is being constructed. We have been told that 3 different craftsmen have been asked to make the sculpture of Ram Lala, the Murti of Ram Lala. The best Murti, the best idol of Ram Lala will be chosen. The height of the idol is going to be 51 inches from the feet to the Lala. So the best idol is going to be chosen. Behind me you can see this is these stones are being used for the construction of temple. Well, right now we are inside the Grand Ram Temple Teerth Kshetra premises. In fact, this premises is spread over 77 acre, and we are bringing this exclusive images from inside the Ram Temple premises where we are reporting from. You can see this Grand Ram Temple is being constructed. We have been told that the ground floor and the first floor is almost ready. The second floor construction work is going on. The carving inside this Ram Temple is right now underway. The complex of the Ram Temple will also feature, and in fact there is going to be dedicated temples of Lord Shiva, Goddess Annapurna, Goddess Bhagwati, Ganesha, Hanuman and Surya. Additionally, the premises will also have temples honoring mythological saints like Valmiki, Vashishta, Vishwamitra, Jatayu and Sabri. The complex is being developed with a focus on sustainability, incorporating 2 sewage treatment plants to minimize the environmental impact. The Temple Construction Committee has also acquired 71 acre of land to build public utilities near the temple. So ahead of the Pran Pratishthan ceremony, which will begin from 16th of January, we are bringing this special broadcast, a very special broadcast for our viewers from Teerth Kshetra premises where Ram Temple is being constructed. So the temple which you are seeing in the backdrop is being built on 2.77 acre of land. So this is the plot for which the case was contested. This particular plot where the temple is coming up is now being constructed. हमारे साथ अनिल मिश्रा जी मौजूद हैं। सर, इस वक्त हम तीर्थ क्षेत्र प्रेमाइसेस में मौजूद हैं। राम टेम्पल लगभग बन के तैयार हो चुका है। सेकंड फ्लोर का जो काम है वो जारी है। आपसे समझना चाहूंगा, ये जो दूसरी इमारत है मंदिर के बगल में, ये इमारत किस चीज की बनाई जा रही है और इसका क्या इंपॉर्टेंस होने जा रहा है?
वो उसी बंसी पहाड़पुर पत्थर की है। हाँ। ये परकोटा है, पूर्वी दिशा का परकोटा। हाँ। उसका प्रवेश द्वार आपको दिखाई पड़ रहा है। हाँ। दोनों तरफ परकोटे के हिस्से बन रहे हैं। हाँ। उसके कॉर्नर पर इधर एक मंदिर होगा। हाँ। उस तरफ एक मंदिर होगा। अच्छा। मंदिर के पीछे दोनों कोनों पर एक एक मंदिर होगा। हाँ। ये जहाँ आप खड़े हैं, हाँ। ये मध्य में यहाँ अन्नपूर्णा देवी का मंदिर होगा। हाँ। और उस भुजा में हनुमान जी का मंदिर होगा। ठीक है। ऐसे 6 मंदिर इस परकोटे के अंदर होंगे।
हाँ, ठीक है।
परकोटा परिक्रमा के लिए बनाया गया है, जो तीर्थयात्री परिक्रमा करते हुए जाएंगे वो छह मंदिर का दर्शन करते हुए फिर भगवान के गर्भगृह में जाकर के विराजित।
तो ये परकोटे की इमारतें बन रही है।
हाँ, ये परकोटे की इमारत बन रही है, उसका पूर्वी हिस्सा अभी पूरा होने जा रहा है। शेष बाद में दिसंबर के पूर्व ये 4-5 महीने लगेंगे पूरा होने में।
और जो मिश्रा जी जो और मंदिर बताए जा रहे हैं जिसमें भगवान शिव का मंदिर है, हनुमान का मंदिर है, सूर्य का मंदिर है, वो किधर बन रहा है?
ये चारों कोनों में देख रहे हैं ना,
चारों परकोटे,
चारों परकोटे के चारों कोने में 4 मंदिर।
हाँ,
दाहिनी भुजा और बाईं भुजा में के मध्य में एक एक मंदिर
बनेगा। और जो वाल्मीकि और वशिष्ठ का मंदिर जो बताया जा रहा है,
मंदिर के उधर दक्षिणी तरफ ऐसे मंडप बन रहे हैं। वो 7 मंडप, इन सप्त मंडपम जिसको हम कहेंगे, 7 लोगों के मंडप जो राम के काल के जो उनके सहयोगी हैं, जिन्होंने उनको शिक्षा दिया, ज्ञान दिया, इन सबके मंदिर वहाँ रहे।
इन सबके मंदिर वहाँ पे। बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया हमसे बात करने के लिए। Well, we are inside Ram Janmabhoomi Teerth Kshetra, and the stones you are seeing here are from the Bansi Paharpur district in Rajasthan. So the temple is being constructed using these stones, which are right now lying next to the temple. And in the background you can see the construction of temple work is going on. Heavy machines, JCBs are being used to construct the temple. We have been told that the 2-floor work is over, the ground floor and first floor is ready. The second floor construction work is going on, and you know the engineers, the architects are right now working at the site 24/7 as they have a deadline to meet, because Pran Pratishthan is going to take place from 16th of January till 22nd of January at around 12:20 p.m. in the afternoon. The Pran Pratishthan the ceremony of Pran Pratishthan will happen in presence of RSS Chief Mohan Bhagwat, Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh Yogi Adityanath, along with the other dignitaries from RSS, BHP and other walks of life. इससे पहले बहुत जगह आप लोगों ने काम किया होगा, बहुत इमारतें बनाई होंगी। क्या खास है यहाँ पे, किस एनर्जी के साथ आते हैं जब आप राम मंदिर के आप घर में जब बताते हैं कि हम राम मंदिर के निर्माण कार्य में हमारा भी योगदान रहेगा, कितना अच्छा महसूस होता है?
इतना महसूस होता है सर, कुछ पूछो मत। अच्छा फील होता है। और कोई आदमी काम करता है यहाँ पे तो ऐसा थकान महसूस नहीं होती किसी को। ऐसा लगता है कि हम जन्नत में काम कर रहे हैं।
और कोई शिफ्ट्स और कोई उसमें काम नहीं होता, दिल से सब लगे रहते हैं।
जी, सब सारे आदमी ऐसे लग रहे हैं कि यहाँ पे मन लगा के सारे आदमी जुटे हुए हैं।
ये बता रहे हैं कि प्रभु राम ने हमको मौका दिया इसलिए हम यहाँ हैं। बताइए।
राम का मौका मिला तभी तो सर हम लोगों को प्रभु राम जी ने यहाँ अवसर दिए और हम लोगों को मौका मिला। हक की लड़ाई में किसी को आमंत्रित नहीं किया जाता है। जिनका जमीर जिंदा होता है वो खुद पे खुद चले जाते हैं।
कितना अच्छा लगता है जब आप यहाँ रोज आते हैं?
बहुत नींद लगता है, बहुत नींद लगता है।
और पहले भी आपने बहुत जगह काम किया होगा, यहाँ का क्या फर्क महसूस करते हैं काम में? बहुत अच्छा लगता है। घर वालों को जब बताते हैं कि आप राम मंदिर के निर्माण में लगे हुए हैं, उनकी क्या प्रतिक्रिया होती है?
बहुत खुशी हो रही है।
घर वाले भी घर में?
जी, हम तो चंडीगढ़ से सर काम करते थे, वहाँ से चले आए श्री राम के यहाँ पर काम करने के लिए।
कितना अच्छा लगता है जब मंदिर?
इतना अच्छा सर लगता है जैसे हमारा बरसों से घर उजड़ा पड़ा था।
अच्छा।
और बना रहे हैं भगवान का।
अच्छा, क्या बात है, दिल से बना रहे हैं?
दिल से बना रहे हैं।
Well, we are right at the entry of the Ram temple. You can see this is the last area till where we are allowed. The cops are deployed, but what we can tell our viewers is, and perhaps we will try to establish that how Ram Mandir will look like. The construction is right now going on. You can see the ground floor and the first floor is almost ready. The construction for the second floor is going on. This entire area is rock solid. Initially the soil was loose, but you know, the experts, the engineering experts have put in granite inside and perhaps made the soil rock solid. So this temple can last for more than 1,000 years. This temple is divided into 6 parts in terms of mandaps, which will be inside the Ram temple. So this will have gun mandap, rang mandap, nritya mandap, kirtan mandap and pratna mandap. This is 2.77 acre plot which was contested in the court. The entire premises is of 71 acre. Other than the Ram temple, there's going to be temples in every perkota which is being built. So you can see on my right, there's perkota which is coming up. So the perkota is wide, and the ground floor of perkota will have office area, will have rooms for the office area.
Meanwhile, the politics around the Ram temple continues. We have a close aide of the Congress party, the Congress leader, and a close aide of the Gandhi family, Mr. Sam Pitroda, saying that he's not going to go to the inauguration ceremony, and he also believes that too much importance is being given to a particular religion, and that's not something that sits well in a democracy. That's his view. But the Congress party, interestingly, has not taken that official line. They have also denied any kind of allegations pertaining to the Congress party staying away from the event. They have said they're going to take a call on whether they will go for that particular event or not. Mallikarjun Kharge, Mrs. Sonia Gandhi, both have been invited. On the other hand, the Uddhav Sena has also issued a statement saying that they should in fact be credited for the construction of Ram temple, because it was Bala Sahib Thackeray who fought for this mandir. Let's have a look at the political voices and reactions that we heard through the day.
I'm worried about it because I see too much importance given to religion. I see that democracy is being undermined. National agenda should focus on education, employment, growth, economy, inflation, health, environment, pollution. उसकी तो बात होती नहीं है.
Sam Pitroda is a very good example of how far removed Congress, and Rahul's Congress in particular, is from the psyche of India, from the soul of India, from what Indians and every Bharatvasi wants. Hindutva doesn't matter. When the India Alliance people are, insulting Sanatan Dharma, he will not say anything.
यहाँ पर अधार्मिक कार्य हुए, धर्म को मानने वाले लोगों के साथ आक्रांताओं ने आक्रमण किया, उनके मंदिरों को तोड़ा, उनकी आस्थाओं को बदला, उनके मनोबल को तोड़ा. आज अगर वहां राम मंदिर बन रहा है, वो तो देश की नींव है जी, देश की आस्था है, एक रेजिलिएंट भारत है कि हर मुश्किल के बावजूद लोगों ने अपना विश्वास समाप्त नहीं किया. ये तो वही लोग हैं जो राम को काल्पनिक मानते हैं. इनसे आप क्या उम्मीद करते हैं? इनके लिए तो राम काल्पनिक है, हमारे लिए राम हमारे आदर्श है.
वो तो कोई क्वेश्चन ही नहीं है. राम हमारा भगवान है. राम जी को पूजा हम अंदर से करते हैं, मंदिर से करते हैं, घर में करते हैं. लेकिन भाजपा राम को वो बूथ एजेंट की तरह ट्रीट करता है. वोट में राम जी को उनका बूथ एजेंट की तरह ट्रीट करता है, पॉलिटिकल मार्केटिंग करता है. हमारा विरोध उससे है. हमारा विरोध राम या राम पूजा से नहीं है.
जैसे जैसे राम मंदिर के प्राण प्रतिष्ठा की तारीख नजदीक आती जा रही है, पूरा देश राममय होता हुआ दिखाई दे रहा है. विपक्षी दलों में बौखलाहट है, क्योंकि हर संभव प्रयास किया था कि कैसे भगवान राम के मंदिर को बनने से रोका जाए. हर प्रकार के प्रयास के बावजूद आज स्वप्न साकार हो रहा है. अब इन्हें लग रहा है कि कहीं भारतीय जनता पार्टी को इसका राजनीतिक लाभ मिल जाएगा, तो कैसे उसमें प्रकार प्रकार की बाधाएं उत्पन्न की जाए. इसीलिए इस बौखलाहट में कभी सैम पित्रोदा कोई बयान जारी कर रहे हैं, कभी उद्धव ठाकरे सामना में लेख लिख रहे हैं, क्योंकि हिंदुत्व के राग को छोड़ करके वो भी कांग्रेस के तुष्टीकरण के साथ जा बैठे थे सत्ता के लोभ में.
देश के लोग क्या चाहते हैं, देश के लोग क्या पसंद करते हैं. अगर तुम कितने भी पढ़े लिखे हो, अगर बगैर मतलब के सही बातों का विरोध करोगे तो लोग और ज्यादा नाराज हो जाएंगे. चाहिए क्या कि जो सही बात है उसे तो सपोर्ट करो, और जहां सरकार गलती करती है, खामियां जहां रह जाती हैं, उनको पब्लिक में और खास करके संसद में लाके उजागर करो.
Carrying across to my colleague Pallavi, who's joining us on the broadcast. Pallavi, the statement coming in from Sam Pitroda and the fact that the Congress party officially in some way has distanced itself from what Mr. Pitroda has said. Where does it stand on the invitations that have been sent out to Mrs. Gandhi and Mallikarjun Kharge?
So that's the issue. The Congress has not yet made an official statement about what really is going to be the status of those invitations which have gone out to Sonia Gandhi and to Mallikarjun Kharge as well as to Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary. Because whenever we ask Congress this, they are saying that there's still some time left to go, but they're dodging the issue. But Nusha, there are two trains of thought. One, of course, is which believes that this has now been reduced to a BJP event. So why should we be a part of it? And a part of the BJP's attempt to politicize and use this for the Lok Sabha elections. Pretty much the same argument which was applicable in the case of their boycott of the Bhumi Pujan and the Signboard ceremony in the inauguration of the new parliament building. But also there's another group, and especially those which belong to UP, Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, who feel that giving it a miss is actually going to be politically suicidal for them, because it will just give ammunition to the BJP to once again make the point that the Congress is anti-Hindu.
All right, Pallavi, thank you so much for putting all of that into perspective. In many ways, a catch-22 situation for the Congress party. Let's listen into some more voices and reactions on the story.
जहाँ तक समाजवाद यानी इसका ताल्लुक है, बाबरी मस्जिद का ताल्लुक है, बाबरी मस्जिद का एक वजूद था, अपनी जगह में बनी हुई थी, लेकिन उसके बावजूद भी बाबरी मस्जिद को शहीद कर दिया गया और उस दिन को मुसलमान ब्लैक डे के नाम से मनाता है। और आज भी बहरहाल सिर्फ इतना ही नहीं किया कि मस्जिद शहीद कर दी जाती, मस्जिद की जगह बाकी रहती, लेकिन साथ साथ उसके मस्जिद की जगह मंदिर बना दिया गया। ये कौन से कानून में है कि हिंदुस्तान का कानून उठा लीजिएगा, जो कुछ भी है, जो कि डॉक्टर अम्बेडकर ने वगैरह ने चेयरमैन थे उसका बनाया, और ये अनडेमोक्रेटिक है।
कोई बात नहीं, उनको किसने मना किया है? फूफा बनो, नाना बनो, मामा बनो, अपना क्या है। हमारा काम था मंदिर, और मैंने कहा 100 लोगों ने सूची बनाने में योगदान दिया है, माइनस मी।
बात ऐसी है, राम मंदिर ये राजनीति करने का विषय नहीं है, यह हमारा अस्मिता का विषय है, आस्था का विषय है और श्रद्धा का विषय है। इस राम मंदिर के निर्माण में पूरे देश का योगदान है। हजारों कर सेवक शहीद हुए और बहुत से अज्ञात कर सेवक आज भी शरीरों के नीचे उनको फेंक दिया था गोली मारकर, वो पूरी शरीर लाल हो गई थी उस वक्त, हमने देखी है, वो सब नीचे थे। लेकिन कुछ लोग हैं जिनका भारत 2014 के बाद बना है, उनको इतिहास मालूम नहीं। अयोध्या का लड़ाई जो है वो 2014 से पहले हुई, तो उन्हें क्या मालूम है राम मंदिर का संघर्ष क्या था और क्या रहा, और पूरे देश में उसमें क्या योगदान दिया था, उसमें शिवसेना का क्या योगदान था, बाला साहब ठाकरे जी का क्या योगदान था।
श्रीमान उद्धव ठाकरे जी ने आज के सामना अखबार में भगवान श्री राम जी का जो भव्य दिव्य मंदिर बनने जा रहा है, उस विषय को लेकर के करोड़ों करोड़ों राम भक्तों का मजाक उड़ाया है। क्या मंदिर सियासत का मुद्दा हो सकता है? उद्धव ठाकरे जी को राजनीति करने के लिए कई मुद्दे मिलेंगे, खैर वो घर के बाहर निकले तो, पर राम मंदिर पे वो राजनीति करेंगे। कहां गया उनका हिंदुत्व? कहां गए स्वर्गीय बाला साहब ठाकरे जी की विचारधारा?
देखिए, ऐसा है, जो देश एक हिंदू राष्ट्र है, जहां 90% लोग हिंदू रहते हैं, तो यहाँ राम मंदिर का निर्माण ये राष्ट्र विषय ही है। जिनका हमारे देश से कुछ संबंध नहीं है, वो इसी तरीके से हमारे देश के बारे में बात करेंगे। जब भी हिंदुओं की बात होती है तभी हमेशा कांग्रेस को तकलीफ ही होती है, फिर वो जवाहरलाल नेहरू हो, राजीव गांधी हो, या अभी सोनिया गांधी हो, या ये राहुल गांधी हो, ये हिंदुओं का द्वेष करने वाले लोग हैं। इसलिए जब भी हिंदुओं के लिए जब खुशी का दिन आएगा तो इन लोगों को परेशानी ही होगी।
We'll continue tracking that story and much more here on CNN News 18 on the other side of a quick break. Stay tuned, stay with us.
The master musician who got us swaying to Kavala, Chalaya and Jawan's title track. Will Anirudh Ravichandar be the youth icon of the year? To find out, watch the Indian of the Year Awards 2023. Coming soon.
Modi Sarkar.
Civilians in the war, it says, is aimed at eradicating the Hamas militant group, which hides among civilians. A claim Hamas denies. At a hospital in another Gaza city, Khan Yunis, Reuters journalists found Hamdi shot, mourning the body of his oldest son. He's saying his son was supposed to enroll at a university in Turkey before the war started, and he was killed. This is his homeland, he says, and redemption for Palestine and the resistance, meaning Hamas. The United States government is openly pressing its ally Israel to scale down the war to more targeted operations or raids on Hamas leaders. But Israel's top general on Tuesday said the war would go on for many months. He says, there are no magic solutions, there are no shortcuts in dismantling a terrorist organization, only determined and persistent fighting. And we are very, very determined.
Welcome back. You're watching The Nation at 5. Let's talk about what's happening in the state of Karnataka. There was violence. There was also rampage that we witnessed on the streets of Bengaluru and in other parts of Karnataka. This is about the language war. There has been an order by the BBMP that insisted that all the placards and the billboards of the shops and establishments must have 60% of Kannada. They must represent the name of the establishment in Kannada. Certain pro-language groups, certain pro-Kannada groups hit the streets. They ensured that there was a band in various markets, and at the same time they also threatened various shops and establishments which were running their business. We have had reactions coming in through the day. The government has also said that they're looking into the matter. Listen into the voices and reactions on this story.
The pro-Kannada activists who are demanding 60% Kannada in the signboards of commercial establishments have staged a huge protest here in the Sadanhalli Toll Plaza near Bengaluru Airport. As you can see in the visuals, large number of pro-Kannada organization members are gathered here. They are carrying Kannada flags and have partially blocked this particular toll plaza. As you can see in the visuals, more and more number of people have gathered here. They are raising their slogans demanding 60% Kannada on the boards of commercial establishment and Kannada logos as well. Remember a couple of days back in the city limits as well, similar protest was being held by the pro-Kannada organizations. Just a couple of minutes back, there was complete vandalism in some of the commercial establishments here near this particular toll plaza. There's a hotel called the Bloom here and other commercial establishment, restaurants here. These particular signboards and logos were completely vandalized by the pro-Kannada organizations. And as you can see in the visuals, here are the few flexes of advertisements that are being completely torn down by the pro-Kannada organizations. And more number of people are starting to gather here, raising slogans demanding the 60% Kannada on the signboards and logos as well. Now remember, the BBMP commissioner has said that February 28th is the deadline which he has given for the commercial establishments in Bengaluru to ensure that they follow the rule of having 60% Kannada on signboards of commercial establishments. But still you have the pro-Kannada organizations here in Bengaluru who hit out the streets demanding the Kannada slogans, Kannada names on the signboards and logos as well.
Coming across to my colleague Akshara, who's been tracking this story. Akshara, first tell us what panned out through the day. What is it that the government authorities had to say on this entire violence and mayhem that we saw?
Well, you see, the protest started here at 10 a.m. today in the morning near Bengaluru Airport at a toll plaza, and thousands of pro-Kannada organization members started gathering there. It was quite unexpected. Even the police weren't ready for that. Thousands of people being gathered there, and the police did try their best to detain them, and few of the pro-Kannada organization members were detained. But there were a large number. They couldn't be detained as a whole. So what happened is that the pro-Kannada organization members starting marching forward, and as they marched forward, they vandalized most of the commercial establishment like Decathlon, McDonald's, KFC, and even many real estate venture commercial establishment which had English name board. So they started vandalizing. They were carrying sticks, logs, even stones were hurled at this particular hotels or commercial establishment which had English name boards. And following that, the police started deploying more and more number of police officials there, and they started detaining them. But the damage was already done. In the outskirts of Bengaluru, many commercial establishments have been vandalized by these pro-Kannada organization members who are demanding that the name boards must comprise 60% of Kannada language. So that's the demand by the pro-Kannada organizations. The BBMP has also set a deadline. February 28th is a deadline before which the commercial establishment must ensure that 60% of these particular name boards are in Kannada. And they also, a few of the commercial establishment owners whom we spoke to also did say the same, that we are ready to change the name boards, but still the protests are intensifying here in Bengaluru with pro-Kannada organizations upping their ante against these English name boards. And today we saw the vigilantism by the pro-Kannada organizations. And also on the other hand, the Karnataka state government, after this whole incident, the Minister for Kannada and Culture and also spoke on the issue, and he said that they'll also try to bring in a law to ensure that 60% of this particular name boards comprise Kannada language, and also to ensure that they'll set up a task force wherein they'll monitor and look after these name boards to ensure that 60% is in Kannada. If that is not followed by the commercial establishments, then their license will be revoked. So that's the word coming in from the Karnataka state government.
That's the word coming in from the Karnataka state government. How is it that this entire chain of causation actually started, Akshara? What led to the BBMP issuing these orders that about 60% of a billboard needs to be in the Kannada language? What is the genesis of this entire controversy?
Well, you see, many pro-Kannada organizations demand that here in the state of Karnataka, all the boards should comprise Kannada language. This has been a long-standing demand by the many pro-Kannada organizations. But there were few still commercial establishments which did not comprise of Kannada language. It was just in English. So that has angered the pro-Kannada organizations. And as I mentioned earlier, it was a long-standing demand, and the protests have intensified just now. And the pro-Kannada organizations upping their ante against this particular English name boards being set up, and absence of the Kannada language in these name boards has angered them, and they have expressed their outrage today. And the vandalism was what was uncalled for. Even the state government gave a statement on the same. The Karnataka Minister for Kannada and Culture said that they stand by the demands of the pro-Kannada organizations, but they are against the violence and vandalism which they displayed today, which was uncalled for. On the other hand, the Bengaluru police were quite taken aback with the fact that thousands of people had gathered here. They were ready for a few hundreds of people who could gather and protest there, but they did not expect the vandalism to take place. As the pro-Kannada organization marched towards the city from Bengaluru airport, they started vandalizing many commercial establishments. That was what witnessed here in Bengaluru. So that's the whole total development that took place here in Bengaluru. And yes, the Karnataka, the pro-Kannada organizations still demand that this must be implemented very quickly. And the Karnataka state government has responded, stating that they will bring in a law and set up a task force to enforce the same.
Well, call us live, tell us your views, what you think about this entire language controversy and war which is happening in the state of Karnataka. Let's also get you some more ground reports and walkthroughs that my colleagues have tracked through the day. What has happened in the city of Bengaluru? Let's have a look at these reports, please.
The pro-Kannada organization demanding Kannada signboards and name boards continue to vandalize commercial establishments across the city. They are marching from Sadali toll plaza near Bengaluru airport to Bengaluru city. As you can see in the visuals, this particular commercial establishment has been completely vandalized by the members of pro-Kannada organizations. The glass have been shattered, the name board logos have been vandalized. This particular cafe, the outside of this particular cafe has been completely vandalized by the pro-Kannada organization members. As you can see in the visuals, I'll ask my Vijay to pan the camera and show you the visuals. So the pro-Kannada organization members are still marching towards the city, and they are vandalizing all the commercial establishment with English names and logos. The vandalism still continues here in Bengaluru city. They demand that immediately the name boards with English must be removed and Kannada name boards must be put up. So that's the demand by the pro-Kannada organization members. The pro-Kannada organization members are now seen traveling. As you can see in the visuals, a huge log that has been being carried by the members of pro-Kannada organization is being used in order to vandalize this commercial establishment. The police officials are trying to bring the situation under control, but the situation is out of hand in many places of Bengaluru, across Bengaluru. They are using the logs and also many sticks. They are carrying sticks and logs to vandalize the commercial establishment. So these are the visuals we are bringing you from Bengaluru.
Please tell me.
What actually happened here when you were inside this particular?
Yeah, we saw people just gathering together. I was on the balcony just taking my breakfast in the room itself because I am sick. They provide me in the room. I saw people are sitting together, getting together. What is happening? Then all of a sudden they started taking away these boards and all. They started throwing stones on our this, and I said something. Our hotel is being attacked. I asked my husband what is happening. He doesn't want to go behind. He said I do not know. Let me ask them. Then I thought and let me see what is happening, and I saw they have done all these things. These are rubbish things. If they really want Kannada to be, they should have got a board of Kannada written in Kannada and put it here, bloom in Kannada. That would have been much appreciated rather than throwing stones on the hotel. Customers get terrified, don't you think? Customers, and you cannot assume what they are going to do. They can do anything. They can go to any extent. How can we know? So they if they want dearly, let them do some work. Prepare the bloom board in Kannada.
All right, let's cut across to some latest news coming in. And an Indo-Canadian businessman has been targeted by Khalistani terrorists. That's the bit of news coming in. Open firing at their houses and workplaces. CNN News 18 has accessed the video of firing by one group on the motor showroom owned by an Indo-Canadian. That's the bit of news which is coming in right now. Around 10 people of Indian origin have been targeted by these Khalistani operatives in the recent weeks for extortion, with threatening voice notes and letters being sent to them, reveal the intel sources. I'll try and connect with my colleague Abhishek and get more details on this entire story. But in Canada, we have seen that the Khalistani elements have been allowed a free run. There are multiple law and order issues that have been reported, including the county of Surrey that has reported a lot of instances. We'll try and get more details about where exactly this incident happened. Abhishek with us on the broadcast. Abhishek, could you tell us more, please?
Yes, we have seen in the past also Indian community members have been attacked multiple times, and this time also we have seen this Indian businessman who was been on the target of Canadian, Khalistani groups in the past. He has been attacked by these groups and some of the sympathizers. The firing visuals at Nawab Motors have been accessed by us, and we have seen almost 10 Indians have been targeted by these groups in the recent past. We have known them for decades. These Khalistani groups have been flourishing in Canada, and they have been targeting any, Indian sympathizer or those who have tried to raise their voice against their crime and their nexus with the socio-political setup in Canada.
Abhishek, talking about the multiple instances, especially law and order instances that have been reported, the Khalistani elements being allowed a free run on Canadian soil. Not the first incident, but unfortunately, this has crossed all limits. This is a criminal activity that has happened. Do we know any arrests that have been made?
Unfortunately, not yet, because so far the police and the local authorities are trying to investigate the entire issue, and these are these are the pain point for Indian community there, that despite them having been alerted many times in the past, Canadian authorities are not taking these threats seriously. Gangsters who have been trying and threatening and intimidating Indian community members, Indian diaspora present there, Indian diplomats also, they have not been acted upon with, and so far there has not been much that we can say has been done by the authorities and the law agencies from Canada.
Yes, thank you Abhishek for getting us all the details on that very important story. We'll keep coming back to you for more. Let's move on and tell you some other interesting political developments that are happening in this election season. Well, we have Congress leader Rahul Gandhi, who has formed and who has planned that there would be a special yatra that he would hold. This is what he's calling as the Nyay Yatra, the Bharat Nyay Yatra, that starts on the 14th of January up till the March 20th. This will happen between Manipur and Mumbai, the two ends of the country, two separate directions. The yatra, which will be undertaken mostly by bus with short stretches of walking and padyatra. This entire yatra is going to cover about 6,200 kilometers. Multiple states, about 14 states are going to be covered in this particular yatra. Thousands of Congress workers are going to be a part of it. The starting date, as I said, is 14th of March and it will end on the 20th. We remember the Bharat Jodo Yatra of Rahul Gandhi, which was earlier undertaken by him from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, and now from one northeastern state right up to the commercial capital of the country in the city of Mumbai, from Manipur to Mumbai. That's the word really coming in. Let's also listen in to some more reactions and voices on the story.
This yatra is going to be start on January 14 from Imphal. It will going to end on March 20th at Mumbai. This yatra is going to cover 14 states and 85 districts of our country. Basically the states like Manipur, Nagaland, Assam, West Bengal, Meghalaya, Bihar, Jharkhand, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, then this Gujarat and Maharashtra. Basically Rajasthan also.
मुझे लगता है अभी भी कांग्रेस आत्मचिंतन के लिए तैयार नहीं है। एक के बाद दूसरे चुनाव में करारी हार के बाद वो बहाने ढूंढ रही है, लेकिन हार का कारण नहीं। मैं इतना ही कहूँगा, जो टुकड़े टुकड़े गैंग के सदस्यों को शामिल करते हों, जो भारत को क्षेत्र और जातिवाद में बांटने का काम करते हों, वो न्याय क्या दिलाएंगे जिनके अपने राज में 84 के दंगे हुए हों और कई वर्षों तक सिखों के दंगों को न्याय नहीं दिला पाए।
अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह, मुबारक हो। भारत जोड़ने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, वतन को एक करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं। ये जो नफरतें मजहबों में शुरू कर दी है, इनको खत्म करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं। इसमें क्यों नहीं शामिल? पहले भी शामिल थे, आज भी शामिल होंगे।
Mr. Rahul Gandhi and the Congress leadership is entitled to come out on a political program like the Bharat Jodo Yatra. But what did the people of India do? They clearly rejected that idea. Because Mr. Rahul Gandhi and the Congress cannot have duplicity in these approaches. By coining some slogan, think that the people of India will be fooled. I mean, after all, Mr. Rahul Gandhi is also seen keeping company of those who talk about Bharat tumhare tukde tukde kar denge hum. Goes abroad and asks for foreign countries to interfere in India's democracy. People see that. Real Nyay, as they are using the word justice, happens like Prime Minister Modi's government is doing since 2014. Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, Sabka Vishwas, Sabka Prayas.
Well, is there a seat-sharing agreement that the opposition parties can really agree upon? As far as the leadership phase is concerned, this is something that the opposition parties have not been come to a consensus. But can there be a real seat-sharing agreement between them? Let's talk about the state of West Bengal, where TMC insists that they will hold on to the larger number of seats because they are the dominant force. The Congress is demanding up to 10 seats, and the TMC is only ready to cede about 2 of it. That's a huge gap, a huge number that the two parties really have to bridge. Let's come to another interesting state, the state of Uttar Pradesh and Bihar, and what exactly are the stakes here? These are also parties which are dominated by regional political parties and interest. In the state of UP, the Congress is demanding up to 10 seats, and the Samajwadi Party says it can only give about 1 seat because the Congress party is not even able to win a seat like Amethi and even Rai Bareli. Then why is it that the Samajwadi Party needs to concede any kind of seats to them when it comes to a seat sharing agreement? Let's talk about the state of Bihar, and even there are hectic negotiations that have happened with Nitish Kumar, with RJD, different political parties which are part of the INDIA alliance. Even here, the regional players who are very strong don't want to cede any kind of space to the Congress party, and they continue to insist that we'll see when the time arises as to what kind of arrangement can be worked out. And the state of Punjab, where Aam Aadmi Party is a dominant force, the Congress party has been completely decimated. The Aam Aadmi Party is also not ready to cede any kind of ground to the Congress. So, can there really be real electoral alliances amongst all these players? All right, you can decide on the leadership question later, but are you really going to fight the election together? That's the million-dollar question. Let's also listen into this exclusive conversation with Congress leader Jairam Ramesh, my colleague and our senior editor Pallavi Ghosh, in an exclusive conversation. Please listen.
Coming to a seat sharing, because you are saying that there's been a progress, how will you reconcile it? I mean, in Punjab, AAP may not want to give you
I told you we
seats.
have different viewpoints. I told you we have
But in
different
Delhi,
viewpoints.
you're going to give up all the 7 seats?
We have a National Alliance Committee. I mean, I'm not going to tell you whether, what the exact
in
precise
Bengal,
formula.
Mamata Banerjee, at a press conference she had with us, told us categorically Malda and
Please
Murshidabad
understand,
are the only 2 seats I'm ready
alliance
to give.
talks take place with an open mind, a big heart and a closed mouth. You cannot give ball by ball commentary to the media that we are sharing X, they're getting Y. No, tomorrow they will say, no, I am sharing Z, they are sharing some other number of seats. That's not the way these seat sharing talks take place. There is a National Alliance Committee. 5 senior leaders are members of that, 5 senior Congress leaders. They are talking to various Congress party organizations within the Congress party in Delhi, in Punjab, in UP, various states. They will ultimately be talking to other political parties as well. Ultimately, in the next few weeks, I expect that in all states there will be a seat sharing formula in which compromises will have to be made by all the parties that form the India group.
Okay, no, but
including the Congress.
You talk of an open heart and an open mind, but the accusation against the Congress by many of your allies is that you don't have an open heart. You want to be the big brother.
No,
is there something you want to tell them?
They're not
today?
the big brother. We have, I mean, look, we have learnt lessons from the recent elections. We know that these recent election results have not been to our expectations. We should have won. We should have won all the 3 states that we have lost. And we could have won easily 2 out of these 3.
So what went wrong?
The Congress president has, Mr. Gandhi, the Congress president, everybody has talked to the state leaders, and there has been some sort of a review that has taken place in the last 10-15 days, and I am sure appropriate lessons will be drawn, particularly for the seat sharing arrangements in these states.
All right, okay. Thank you very much for speaking.
But let me also say that the primary force in Rajasthan to fight the BJP is the Congress. The primary force to fight the BJP in Madhya Pradesh is the Congress. The primary force to fight the BJP in Chhattisgarh is the Congress. This is the primary force. That's the reality.
Okay. Thank you very, very much for speaking to CNN.
Thank you.
Well, that exclusive conversation up on our website, news18.com. Much more lined up here on The Nation at 5 on the other side of a very quick break. Stay tuned, stay with us.
Brought to you by
Israeli artillery and airstrikes pounded targets in the Gaza Strip on Tuesday. Its military operations intensified around Christmas, particularly in the central part of Gaza. This video, released by the Palestine Red Crescent Society, is said to show paramedics handling a body in a refugee camp hit by an airstrike on Christmas. Gaza's health ministry says the attack killed at least 70 people, including many women and children. In the city of Rafah, a mass grave was made for about 80 bodies said to have been found and turned over by Israeli forces. Israeli forces say they're doing what they can to protect civilians in the war it says is aimed at eradicating the Hamas militant group, which hides among civilians. Claim Hamas denies. In a hospital in another Gaza city, Khan Yunis, Reuters journalists found Hamdi shot mourning the body of his oldest son. He's saying his son was supposed to enroll at a university in Turkey before the war started, and he was killed. This is his homeland, he says, and redemption for Palestine and the resistance, meaning Hamas. The United States government is openly pressing its ally Israel to scale down the war to more targeted operations or raids on Hamas leaders. But Israel's top general on Tuesday said the war would go on for many months. He says, there are no magic solutions, there are no shortcuts in dismantling a terrorist organization, only determined and persistent fighting. And we are very, very determined.
Welcome back. And after the deadly Poonch terror attack, Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh has taken a stock of the situation. Right now, there's a piece of breaking news coming in that he's taken a review of the security situation along the LOC. There are various areas where the Prime Minister, where the Raksha Mantri, along with the top monitoring which is happening from the PMO as well, he's taking stock of the entire situation. The Raksha Mantri is also chairing a meeting with the top officials right now. During the meet, Defence Minister said that there is a need to remain extra vigilant and there should be zero tolerance to terror. Tejinder Singh Sodhi with us on the broadcast. Days after the Poonch attack, Tejinder, this crucial meeting by Raksha Mantri being chaired. Please tell us more.
Yes, you see, the Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh, who is in Jammu to review the operational preparedness of the army. He also held a review meeting with the top officials of the Jammu and Kashmir police at Raj Bhavan. Lieutenant Governor of Jammu and Kashmir Manoj Sinha was also present at the meet. Various top officials of various security agencies, including the army, the Jammu and Kashmir police, the CRPF, the BSF, they were also present. The Raksha Mantri, while taking the review meeting, told these officials that when you have to be strict on the anti-national elements, but you also have to ensure that there is no collateral damage on the ground, and all the attempts by the Pakistan side to vitiate peace in Jammu and Kashmir has to be dealt with seriously. Yes.
That has to be dealt with seriously. Thank you, Tejinder, for putting all of that into perspective. Thank you for getting us all those details. Let's also cut across to some more breaking news coming in. Punjab Chief Minister Bhagwant Mann has attacked the central government for not including Punjab's tableau for the Republic Day parade. That's the bit of news coming in. He goes on to say that the centre has discriminated against Punjab. Let's listen in to what Mr. Bhagwant Mann had to say.
ਕੇਂਦਰ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਨੇ ਇੱਕ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਨਾਲ ਬਹੁਤ ਵੱਡਾ ਵਿਤਕਰਾ ਕੀਤਾ, ਜਿਹਦੀ ਚਿੱਠੀ ਮਿਲੀ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਅੱਜ। ਬੜਾ ਦੁੱਖ ਹੋਇਆ। ਪਿਛਲੇ ਸਾਲ 26 ਜਨਵਰੀ ਨੂੰ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਦੀ ਝਾਕੀ ਹੈ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੀ। ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹਦਾ ਸਖਤ ਇਤਰਾਜ਼ ਕੀਤਾ ਕੇਂਦਰ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਕੋਲੇ। ਪਿਛਲੀ 26 ਜਨਵਰੀ ਸਾਡੀ ਮਿਸ ਹੋ ਗਈ, ਦੁੱਖ ਹੋਇਆ ਸਾਨੂੰ। ਤਾਂ ਇਸ ਵਾਰ ਵੀ 26 ਤਰੀਕ ਨੂੰ ਲਿਖੀ ਹੋਈ ਤੇ ਅੱਜ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਇੱਕ ਲੈਟਰ ਪਹੁੰਚੀ ਹੈ। ਮੈਂ ਅੱਜ ਕੋਈ ਪ੍ਰੈਸ ਕਾਨਫਰੰਸ ਕਰਨੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਚਾਹੁੰਦਾ ਸੀ। ਅੱਜ ਦਾ ਦਿਨ ਬੜੇ ਸ਼ਰਧਾਂਜਲੀ ਵਾਲਾ ਦਿਨ ਹੈ, ਪਰ ਆ ਸਾਡੀਆਂ ਸ਼ਰਧਾਂਜਲੀਆਂ ਤੇ ਜਾਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਜ਼ਖਮਾਂ ਤੇ ਨਮਕ ਛਿੜਕਣ ਦਾ ਲੈਟਰ ਆਈ ਹੈ ਜੀ, ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਜੀ ਨਹੀਂ।
Cutting across to my colleague Aman Bhardwaj, who's joining us on the broadcast. Aman, आपसे जानना चाहेंगे भगवंत मान का ये बयान और क्या कारण है जो केंद्र सरकार ने दिए हैं पंजाब को शामिल ना करने के लिए?
देखिए, भगवंत मान सीधे आरोप क्योंकि डिस्क्रिमिनेशन के लगाए हैं, और दूसरी तरफ बीजेपी कहें और सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट की जो नुमाइंदे हैं, खास करके बीजेपी का ये कहना है कि ये जो रिप्रेजेंटेशन इस टैब्लो के लिए भेजी गई थी वो अप्रोप्रिएट नहीं थी कि पंजाब को अप्रूव किया जाए, और एक खाना पूर्ति थी जो पंजाब सरकार ने या पंजाब के मुख्यमंत्री गए उन्होंने अपनी ओर से की है पिछले साल की तरह, क्योंकि पिछले साल भी यही हुआ था। जो पंजाब की झांकी निकलती है उसके अंदर जो एक ड्राफ्ट कर भेजा गया था वो अप्रोप्रिएट नहीं था, और इस बार भी माई भागो का जो ड्राफ्ट करके सरकार ने भेजा है उसको अप्रूवल नहीं मिली है, और इसको कहीं ना कहीं ये अप्रूवल ना मिलना और मुख्यमंत्री का आरोप लगाना सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट पर कहीं ना कहीं पॉलिटिक्स का शिकार ये टैब्लो जो है वो माना जा रहा है। और इसमें क्योंकि मुख्यमंत्री भगवंत मान की ओर से ये कहा गया है कि डिस्क्रिमिनेशन है, जबकि मनजिंदर सिरसा या और बीजेपी के जो नेता हैं उनका कहना है कि एक एक्सक्यूज चाहिए भगवंत मान को, मुख्यमंत्री को, पंजाब सरकार को, और उस एक्सक्यूज के जरिए ये प्रोक्लेमेट किया जा रहा है सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट।
बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया अमन, ये सारी जानकारी हम तक लाने के लिए। थैंक यू सो मच अमन भारद्वाज getting us all the details. With that, it's a wrap on this edition of Nation at 5. Thank you so much for watching.
Welcome everyone. Thanks a lot for staying with us. You're watching Plain Speak with me, Shivani Gupta. There is massive politics peaking on Ram Mandir consecration ceremony on Jan 22 next year. Earlier today, TMC sources suggested that even Mamata Banerjee is unlikely to attend the ceremony and is unlikely to even send a representative. This after CPIM has already rejected the invite, calling the event inappropriate. Now, Rahul Gandhi's close aide, Sam Pitroda, has stated that he is worried that too much importance is being given to religion in the country today, and that the national agenda should focus on education and employment.